back, everybody. So today I'm going to try Belhaven Black Scottish Stout. This is the Nitro version. Dunbar, Scotland. There you go. There is the artwork. Established 1719. This is going to be an interesting one, I think. 4.2% per the back. Paid $3.49 for this. L30541104 is what it has on there. Yeah, I picked this up at Mega Bev. I keep every time. So we got two Mega Bevs, and the one up in Kalamazoo. Usually, I think they have all these. Let's say I'm gonna say, since I'm in the U.S., overseas. Beers, and I'm trying to pick up more. I think this time when I went there, I got two of them. I actually tried to get a 6-pack, but some of them are IPAs and there's no date on them, and that's the last thing I want to do. Like, how are they distributed way over here? There's no date on them. I really don't want to pay, because I think these are marked up. Now, obviously, this is pretty reasonable for a nitro stout, but yeah, they're going to have to put some dates on some of these, or I'm not going to touch them. But let's go ahead and get this open. I'm going to do it. This is a nitro, and I know, like Guinness, they tell you to open it and pour the can totally upside down. I'm going to move my phone out of the way, and we'll see how much of a mess we make. But that's usually how I do them, so let's go ahead and find out. I think we should be okay. There we go. I didn't move it. So yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. I don't think I've had a Scottish stout. I mean, because this can's black and this beer is not black. Scottish ale color, just from what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing in the picture. It looks kind of blurry at times. I don't know what's going on there. Creamy head. It is a nitro. Looks good. About almost a finger of head. Scottish stout, dark porter, not black. That brown, that ruby red brown porter. Yeah, you guys are seeing it black. This one we cannot say. If you've been watching my channel, I usually do this. You cannot say that is black. I hope you can't. I mean, if you do, good for you. Whatever. It don't really matter to me, but that is not black. Let's go ahead and smell. It's got that roasted malt that you would normally get out of, like, I would say a lighter stout, a darker porter, a little bit of coffee, like a city roast coffee, roasted chocolate, say coffee, a little bit of coffee. Those are usually the flavors you would get out of a lighter stout. If they are calling this a stout, I would call this a porter at 4.2%. Stouts I usually start at 5 or a little bit higher. In that range, 5.5 somewhere. Maybe a little bitter coffee bean, like almost a secondary, like they put a little bit more coffee in there to get something to come out. It's probably the roasted malts. Yeah, I would say the smell is a little bit more intense than what the color is. Like, from the smell, I would think, yes, this is a stout. Maybe with coffee, like a coffee stout, something like that is what this is. Man, I'm gonna have to check it. I'm noticing it now, but it looks like the focus is going in and out. Maybe it's just my eyes, but it's driving me crazy when I look at the camera. But Yeah, overall, it's got that low stout ABV smell. Maybe just a coffee version of that. Like this is a variant of the standard. But let's go ahead and taste. Kind of tinny, a little grainy, bitter, uh, light mouthfeel, not medium like a stout should be. Again, more on the porter. Like back in the day when that porter wasn't invented, this is what the workers used to drink on their lunch break. Low ABV, watered down, but the bitterness is staying. It does kind of have those notes of like a heavier stout now in the taste. You get some of that bitterness in the back end. And I'm guessing it's all malts. This isn't something that they're putting coffee beans or putting the wort on coffee beans or secondary on coffee beans to bring out more coffee. I'm guessing it's all done in the grain. Do I dare say yeast? Like a yeasty taste in the back end with that bitterness? With that, I'm going coffee bitterness. There is a little chocolate. You could say a little sweetness from caramel toffee. I believe it's all grains. Uh, but that bitter coffee would stick out a little bit more than anything in this one. Yeah, it's got. I think the tastes are a little bit too big for the body of this one in my eyes. I mean, we could look on Untapped and everybody could love this. I don't think it's balanced very well. It's almost like it wants to be a stout, but they screwed up on the base malts and made it more porter. Like, why isn't this a 5.5, 6% stout? Why is it a 4.2? 4.2 is a porter. That's porter area. What? All porters are stouts, but not all stouts are porters. Um, it's a stout, but it shouldn't be at 4.2%, in my opinion. That's just me. I'll go 4.5, but that's pushing it. I think everybody has their own opinion. Let's go ahead and check on tap. None of my friends have checked it in. Almost 2,000 people have 3.71. Stout other. Why are they calling this stout other? Why isn't this just a stout? But it is what it is. Um, Smooth, dark, malty, soft chocolate. Now, obviously, I didn't say really anything about chocolate. I would take the malty out and put coffee in there. Uh, Scottish triple malts. Never used those before. It's definitely okay. I can see malty. It's got a bitterness to it though, like a burnt, like higher SRM malts, like a Crawfa 2 or something like that. Higher 500 SRM, using maybe a little bit more than you should of that. It's interesting to me how they're getting that maltiness that I'm now picking up after I read that out of a 4.2% beer. Because really, there's not a lot of malt in that to make this 4.2%. Unless they're making some kind of humongous high gravity batch and just diluting the shit out of it. Something like that. Maybe. 3.75, 4.25. Yeah, nobody's saying a single word. But yeah, I would say if you can pick it up, go ahead, especially if you're a stout porter fan, and just give it a try. See what you think about it. If you enjoyed this review, check out some more reviews over here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, and I'll see you in the next video.